Hey YouTube, it's Cherise here, trying to get my lighting somewhat decent-ish. Oh gosh, not too bright. I feel like that's good. That's decent-ish. All right, so it is 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. I'm going to be uploading 2 4th of July looks today on 4th of July. One has blue and white on the eyes and red on the lips, and today we're going to attempt to do some form of red on the eyes with blue lips. So let's just go ahead and jump in. This one might not be all drugstore like the first one was. So for foundation, let's use a different foundation than I used yesterday. Let's go into oh goodness, I should have planned this ahead of time. Which one am I gonna use? Let's use, no, I don't want to use that one. I have so many options. Too many options. Let's actually use this Revlon Color Stay. I haven't used this foundation in a long time. So I'm just going to shake this up. This is in the shade Cappuccino. Oh. There's some interestingness happening in this bottle. It's kind of separated a little bit. But I want to use it anyway. This is in 410 Cappuccino. Oh yeah. And I'm just going to dollop some of this on, just like I did yesterday. A dollop on the cheek, each cheek, and on the forehead. Then I'm going to blend this out using a fluffier type of brush. I've been loving this BH Cosmetics 114 brush to blend out my foundations. I feel like it just gives me a beautiful airbrushed finish. Because it's not very dense. It's very fluffy. As you can see, this is a perfect color match for my skin, for my face. And this is the formulation for combination oily skin, because I have oily skin. It's currently 5:39 a.m. I have to be at work at 7. I already packed up most of my snacks. I just want to make a breakfast sandwich and some tea to go. My breakfast sandwich literally consisted of me making 3 eggs, using one of those thin sandwich thins, like the really thin ones, you know. I like the whole grain or multi-grain ones or the whole wheat ones. I don't really do white bread. I haven't eaten white bread in a really long time. And then I put turkey and cheese, usually like mesquite roasted turkey or mesquite flavored turkey, or southwestern turkey. I love like the flavored turkeys from the flavored turkey. The favorite flavored lunch meat, the chicken breast and the turkey that you can find at basically any grocery store. And then cheese and then 3 eggs. And that's my little breakfast sandwich. And that usually keeps me full for about, or not hungry for a good 5 hours. 5 to 6 hours before I'm hungry again. Sometimes 7 hours, just depends. If I drink coffee, I feel like I don't get hungry until like 2 p.m., but I get off work at 3. So you'll see how that blended out real easy. The coverage is awesome. The color is awesome. Alright, so now that we have that on, we're going to go ahead and set this. I've been having some issues with my setting powders coming off too dark. Again, that's the Revlon Color Stay for oily combination skin in the shade Cappuccino, 410 Cappuccino, which is my summer shade. Alright, so now we're going to set the face using the e.l.f. powder brush. I'm going to go in with this Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation in the shade Deep 72. This is the darkest shade. I'm using this because it's really nice and warm, and I feel like it gives some really good color to the skin and also adds a little bit of coverage. And it's going to mattify even further the foundation. And I've been trying not to overkill my powder because I found out I don't really need to overkill these days when I use mattifying foundations like this one. This one dries super matte. It lasts all day. I think it claims a 24-hour wear. It lasts a really long time. So you see that I kind of use little circular motions to blend my powder all over the face now. I found out that works best for me, and it also prevents me from using way too much to where it makes me look muddy or dark. Darker than what I am, I should say, because y'all know I don't mind being dark. I embrace that. But yeah, this powder is like full coverage. You could wear it as a powder only foundation. I did a video about that, but it was before I could actually rock this color with my skin tone. So it looked a little gray, made me look a little sunburnt because it was too red then. And you can put a little more, you know, under your eyes or the places where you get most oily, which for me is like my eyebrows, my eyelids, nose. Going onto the forehead a little bit. Just make sure that you blend, make sure there's no lines of demarcation. That's why I go over my ears a little bit, right behind them, under this area, so that everything kind of flows nicely. All right, so we have on our base. Yesterday I tried to do like a frosty highlight, type of highlight, to kind of go with the red, white, and blue theme, but today, do I want to highlight at all? I don't know, let's go straight into eyes. We'll come back to the face, which is something I usually don't do. Alright, so that's how that's looking. Really been enjoying this powder from Kat Von D, shade Deep 72. Her Lock-It Tattoo Powder Foundation. Alright, so let's go on to the eyes. The first thing we're going to do is apply our crease color. And so that we can have a nice red on the eyes, I'm going into my Beauty Treats matte blush palette, and we're going to use this red blush right here to get our eyes going. Let me just move my brushes up next to me so I don't have to bend over. Alright, so using the fluffy brush I normally use to apply colors into my crease. This is from Coastal Scents. I'm dipping into that red blush, and I'm going to start to apply this to the, sorry, my nose is running really bad today, to the outer V area of my eye and into the crease. I really like to do this with my eye open so I don't take the color up too high. And so I can get the right placement. And I'm blending that in. And blending it out. So that's what we've got so far. I don't even know what I'm going to wear today. I might put on the same shirt I had on yesterday that I wore for the organ recital, which was awesome. Loved it. I just love the organ. It's such a powerful instrument, and it just fascinates me how you have to play it with, both arms, 10 fingers, and both your feet. Like, I always can kind of think of like drum set, which I don't know. I've never tried to play the organ, but I tried to play the drum set, which you have to use both your arms, and your feet, and your girl was not successful at that. It was real complicated. I was doing okay for about 15 seconds, and then as soon as I started to like smile and get excited, it like fell apart, and it was really funny. And I haven't touched a drum set since then, unless I was moving parts of it for somebody else. So you see, we're looking very crazy right now with this red eyeshadow. Well, it's actually a blush, but we're using it as an eyeshadow. This is exactly what I want. I'm just going to start to blend out the edges even more now. Like so. Now you need a smaller brush so that you can apply this to your bottom lash line. So I'm going to use this pointed brush from Coastal Scents. And I've got another mirror. Yesterday I had blue eyeliner. Today we're using red eyeshadow. I already know the blue lipstick I want to use. It's going to be one of my new Maybelline lipsticks. For this look, I feel like it's going to be a little bit more dramatic than yesterday. Obviously, we've got red eyeshadow, so see, it's starting to come together, kind of, not really, sort of. And I kind of have to move quickly because it's already 5:48. Also, kind of taking this into my crease just to deepen that up some too. Whatever's left over on this brush because it's nice and pointed. So that's what the eyes are looking like so far. So let's go on with the other color we're going to use. It's not white, but it is silver, and I'm going to use this Maybelline Color Tattoo Metal and Silver Strike. I use a little bit of that in my finger. This is really going to make our eyelids pop. It looks like that. It's a cream shadow, and it's a little dried out. And I have nails, so that doesn't really help. But you see, it's very, very, very bright, and we're going to use this on our eyelid. Let me get this from under my nail. And it's super duper metallic. So I'm focusing this on basically the inner 2/3 of my lid. This is where I want this color. As y'all can see, it's like blinding y'all with these lights. You can't really see that it's silver. You just see almost like white. But this is their 24-hour color tattoo, so these things don't really go anywhere. I used this on my sister for her prom, actually. On her eyelid, because I did a nice cut crease look for her prom. I can do a cut crease so good on somebody else, but when I try and do it on myself, it looks a hot mess, kind of. Pretty much, basically. I don't know if y'all can see the shape I'm making. I'm kind of fading into the red. So now that we have that on our lids, just make sure it's nice and opaque. I've got that on the lid. I feel like this one, sometimes it will turn brown because I have foundation on my lid. Okay, there we go. Make sure you wipe off your finger because it's very powerful stuff. Excuse me, in my nose. Okay, so once you have that on your lid, you're going to go back into that red shadow with the fluffy brush and start to blend around that. This is where I kind of start to take the color in this area. My eye. So I just want the silver to be on the lid only. And so I'm kind of overlapping it just a little bit on the edges to really make sure that it's nice and blended. Go ahead and blend out your edges. So that's what the eyes are looking like so far. I have a little bit of silver that got on the inner part of my lid right here, but I'm not going to worry about it. Or it's not supposed to be. You want to keep it on your lid, stopping like right before the crease. Hopefully y'all can see. I need to balance this color. There we go. Like that. So you see I got some stuck in this area, which I don't really want it there, but it's okay. I'm just going to go over it with the red. It's not the end of the world. All right. So now you're going to need a smaller, more concentrated brush, like a small angled brush or a small precision brush. This one is from Elf. And I'm going to take that same silver strike Maybelline eye tattoo, metal eye tattoo, and I'm going to apply this silver to the bottom lash line and my inner corner. Just to the inner one, like 1/3 of my bottom lash line. You can also do any little touch-ups that you need to do. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing today after I get off work. Probably going to sleep because I had a giant moth in my apartment last night and it was in my bedroom, so I like wake up screaming and like run out. This was like at around 9 p.m. And I did not want to kill it because it was really, really, really big. And when I shined my phone on it, like I could see its eyes and just like how big it was very scary. And so I like ran out of my room and like went to the kitchen and like called my parents. It was hilarious. I was like, "Where's this giant moth? I need someone to come kill it." So like I called the one person I figured would most likely come help me. And that was Nick. He's the real MVP for saving me from that moth because I was terrified. Like it was so big. And then I was like, how did it get in here? But basically it was in my bedroom. Then it followed me out into the kitchen. So I run and get behind like my futon. And then it like flies on the wall, like back here, literally where you guys can see. And so I'm like behind the futon. So I run and hide in the bathroom. Like it was just, I felt like it was following me, like it was chasing me, like it wanted me. When in reality, it probably doesn't even care that I exist, but it scared me. Like I was just not about. I'm not about those insects. I'm not about that life, you know. In general, like I freaking hate bugs. Like I was so scared. When in reality, I know that moths are like harmless, but I don't know. It's just the size of it. I feel like if it was smaller, I wouldn't mind killing it, but it was a large moth. And then how its eyes were just like shining at me, like when I thought I saw something dark on the wall, and I was like, what is that? And then I saw what it was, and I was like running around here like a crazy person. It was really funny because when Nick got here to try and kill it, it literally like came towards the bathroom. Oh, it was scary for me. Like my heart rate is just like increased just thinking about it. Like I feel like my heart is a little bit is beating faster just from thinking about that theme. So now we're just going to we're done with the silver, which I think this looks really, really pretty actually. We're going to take just more of the red blush, and I'm going to add more to the bottom lash line. And I'm making sure that I apply some more into the crease area, just a little bit. This also blends over the silver quite beautifully. So that's essentially what your eye should be looking like. And so the final two steps for the eyes is you could go over the silver with a silver shadow, but I don't want to take away from how metallic it looks. So I'm going to leave it as is. I'm actually just going to run my finger over it to warm it up some. But yeah, I like the way that it looks without going over it with an eyeshadow. So last two steps are to add some black liner, because I feel like with this intense of like straight up silver and red on your eyelids, like you need some black eyeliner to kind of tie it together. So we're going to use the Kat Von D, using two of her products today. Kat Von D Tattoo Ink Liner in Trooper to line these eyes with some black. I'm just doing the upper lash line. Not going to put any black on the lower lash line because then I think it'll be a little too intense. But yeah, I feel like today's a bittersweet day in our history. But like I said in the first video, we're coming along here. I actually wrote a poem about America, how a lot of people call it a melting pot. It was a metaphorical poem. And I said that America is not a melting pot. I still don't think it is. Like, my poem is true. Like, I wrote it, you know. I don't think America's a melting pot. I think America is a soup. Basically, that was the metaphor that America is soup. It's not a melting pot. Which, the Melting Pot is a great restaurant. You should go. It's one of my favorites, actually. I'm going to do, like, a small wing. Kind of. Maybe. Possibly. Yeah, a little bit of a wing. Maybe, possibly. I can live with that. Okay. But yeah, I might read it to you guys at the end of this video. It's interesting. Basically, I say that... Well, I'm not going to give it away. Anyway, so yeah, basically I say that America is a soup because if you think about your favorite soup, which mine is chicken tortilla soup. That's one of my favorite soups. In chicken tortilla soup, I can pick out all the ingredients. I know what, you can see the chicken, you can see the black beans, you can see the corn, you know what I mean? I can see the tortilla chips, the cheese, you know? You can even pick out the spices sometimes, like the little bits of pepper like float inside of it. Like I can pick out all the different ingredients. So my analogy, my metaphor was that America is the same way. With a melting pot, everything blends together seamlessly. You don't see any division. But with the soup, you can pick out the different parts because it's a heterogeneous mixture. And I was kind of comparing that to how we have like Section 8 housing, how you have like Little Italy, you have Chinatown. Like we're still separated. We're not all melted and blended together. Like we still have segregation. We still have discrimination. You know. So also, like when I think of patriotic songs, like especially kid songs, "This land was made for you and me." I actually kind of quote that in my poem, like, is this land really made for you and me? You know, with the institutionalized racism and everything that we have in this country, you know, is it really the land of the free and the home of the brave? You know, like, I don't know, lots of thoughts. So when I think of Independence Day, it's like, I am thankful that I do live in America, especially for the religious aspect that I can worship freely as a Christian black woman. Like, for the most part, I don't have to worry about anybody coming for me, or trying to kill me. Sadly, that did happen in a church. And for the most part, that we have lots of freedoms compared to many other countries, but we still, in essence, not everyone here is technically free. The opportunities aren't equal for everyone. So I don't know. And then in 1776, which is the year that our nation was founded, black people weren't free. Like we were not. So I'm like, slavery was still alive and well, and we didn't have our independence then. So it's like, what am I really celebrating today? To me, I'm celebrating my awesome makeup, and I wasn't even born in this country. So that's another thing. I'm like, I wasn't even born here. But I am a U.S. citizen, so I don't know. I just gave y'all a lot to think about. Maybe I'll read my poem to you guys. I like it. I like my poetry, of course. I wrote it, so I mean, you should like what you write. All right, so I'm just working on my winged eyeliner. I'm loving the way that this look is turning out. Like it's turning out better than I envisioned. So we are done with. Well, y'all know me. I'm kind of a perfectionist. I just want this to be a little bit darker and a little sharper. Okay, that's a little bit better. My wings aren't like perfect, but they're not terrible. Alright, so that's that. I'm just gonna go around them with a face powder. Which my skin is looking awesome with this foundation and this powder combination. Like in real life, it looks great. Alright, so moving on to mascara. Of course, I'm using my CoverGirl, the Supersizer mascara. Y'all, this is one of my favorites from the drugstore. I feel like it just gives my lashes so much life. And then we need to figure out what we're going to do to his face. Maybe I'll just do contour. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do highlight. I don't know. I wish I had like a more silverish highlight shade to use on my face so it can kind of match my eyes. Which I think I have a color in mind. It's kind of frosty, but it's not from the drugstore. I was trying to keep this drugstore on the drugstore side, but I just used 2 high-end products from Kat Von D. So we might add this other shadow in. Because I feel like a lot of my more iridescent shadows come off with a purple tint, which I don't want because purple is not a color in the American flag. Wow, my wing over here is looking a little ratchet. This whole area over here is looking a little janky. I tried to fix it with my mascara. This side's looking a little bit better. But yeah, this is a more bold look than yesterday, a little bit more daring. I mean, silver red eyeliner, but it looks really, really pretty. I think it looks pretty. We only used 2 eyeshadows, probably going to be 3 in a moment. But yeah, I love how these eyes turned out. Oh goodness, it's 6:05. I'm doing pretty decent on time. We're almost done with the look. I already have lipstick chosen out, so that's good. I'm proud of myself for getting this done today. My hair is basically done. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Look at that. Edges still laid from yesterday. And I just have a little puff. I don't know, I've been loving myself with my hair up lately, even though I do have a large forehead and I have a very oblong oval face, which I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I look like an alien, especially without eyebrows. I just love my hair back. Like I feel like my face looks better with my hair up and away from my face. But maybe I'll feel differently when it's like longer. I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all see me on the gram. Y'all see me on the Insta, on the Snap, on the Snapchat. I don't know. I feel like these colors really bring out brown eyes too. This red and the silver together. I feel like they are enhancing my brown eyes. Also going to apply some mascara to the bottom lashes. Maybe I'll wear my blue jumpsuit today. It will be extra cute today for no good reason, really. I have like this blue jumpsuit that, well, it's like a jean color. Oh, jean dress would be cute, but I didn't shave my legs, so. But like it's, y'all have seen me wear it before. I've done a photo shoot with it a year ago. I did a photo shoot. Was it 2 years ago? When I first cut my hair. No, that was 2015. Yeah. Somebody wanted to do a photo shoot of like my everyday style. They were like inspired by my everyday style and just like, I think just how like I'm not afraid to be bold and combine different colors that a lot of people wouldn't. Like I wear a lot of blue and purple together. Or like I really like to wear orange, pink, and yellow together. You know? Why not? And just like my accessories. I usually love to accessorize, but I find that it just is a little bit more time consuming. So I have just been kind of on a no jewelry streak for a while now. Every now and then I might put on a pair of earrings, but other than that, I've kind of just not really been accessorizing. Been focusing more just on simplicity. So, all right. Just trying to make my lower lashes pop a little bit. I feel like that just will add to this look. Yes, does not look so much better with liner and like mascara. I love this eyeshadow look actually. I have several blue lipstick options you could wear, but like I said, I'm gonna use one of my newer ones. All right, so the eyes are done. Still go with a nude lip too, but no, we gonna use blue because 4th of July. So I think I actually just want to keep the skin so basic though, so boring. Let's go into the shadow that I'm thinking of. Let me double check. Let me double check on the shadow that I'm thinking about in my head. Alright, so there's this shadow called Vanilla in this Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy palette. And I don't think I've ever used this color. It looks like I haven't touched it. But it's this shadow. Oh my goodness. Come on, light. Oh. Right here. Basically, it's very light. I'm going to use my finger to use this to highlight the brow bone. Oh yeah, that's what I want. And basically it's like a nice kind of white color, which I thought would look really good on the brow bone. I'm just blending it out with my finger because that makes life easier. Oh, child. Not that much. Things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child. Things are gonna get brighter. Ooh, child. Okay, I'll spare y'all. Alright, don't you feel like that just made the look pop even more? A brow bone highlight? Yes. I feel like that like added to the look. Make it a little bit brighter on this side. Yes. Alright, so with the same color called Vanilla from the Amrezy palette, I'm going to use that to highlight my face. So I'm going to use my finger and we'll do my nose first. And you'll see that it's like a very like, almost a frosty white color. Actually, these shadows blend so easy from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Like, I don't even feel like I need to really go in with a brush. Just using my finger to blend this onto my nose. Look at that highlight. It's a nice, subtle highlight with Cupid's bow. I don't want to do red blush with this because I feel like that'd be too much. So, I feel like we're just going to do a little bit of low-key strobing. You see that? This is the perfect color for what I wanted. Yes. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for letting me look in this palette. Because I had another color in mind from Tarte, actually, that I was thinking of. But I like this a lot better than I think I would have liked that color. Really get that Cupid's bow going. Ooh, 612. All right, so with this e.l.f. small stipple brush, I had a brain fart for a second. I'm going into that vanilla shade, and let's see if it will give me some sort of glow to my cheekbone area. And it's very subtle, but it's the right kind of color that I want. So I'm just gonna kind of blend that out on the cheek area, trying to get it somewhat intense. And you can see that these pimples have gone down a lot. They don't really bother me as much now. So I'm kind of taking it down on top of them a little bit. So I'm going to take a little bit up here. This vanilla color, which I don't think I've ever used before. But it just blends so nice on the skin. Okay, we got a little bit of a highlight going. It's not, like I said, not super intense, not super crazy. But it's really pretty. I feel like as I apply this, I should read my poem to you guys. Maybe. Can I read and apply at the same time? This is my poetry portfolio from last semester. It's a picture of me when I first cut my hair. I think it was taken in March 2015, that picture. All right. The poem is called The Soup. We are not a melting pot. Inner city, Chinatown, Section 8, suburbs, from sea to shining sea. Ellis Island, a gateway to the ghetto. Localized regions with different properties, but all the same. Separation. This land was made for you and me, held hostage by what you can afford to call home. Staying on your side of town. Or else. Inner city, Chinatown, Section 8, suburbs. A mixture of ingredients that can each be picked apart. Heterogeneous, from the inside out. Some float, others sink. We are not a melting pot. But yeah, we would snap in class after everybody would read their poems. It was like a poetry workshop. So we'd write a poem and then we'd come in and get feedback on the poem and then you edit it and compile a portfolio. It's a great class. Actually, one of my favorite classes I've taken in college. Has absolutely nothing to do with music education, but It was a great class, and I love it. And I enjoy writing poetry, so it was fun. Like I said, I enjoyed it. Now we're starting to get a glow going with this eyeshadow. Just kind of throwing it on my face quite generously. Just kind of got to layer it up a little bit to really get a nice glow from it. I'm gonna go over the nose a little bit more. Why not? But yeah, that's my poem. So 4th of July thoughts. All right, so I'm done with the skin. I'm just gonna leave it highlighted like this. I'm not gonna do any contour, any blush. We're just gonna go with super simple skin. And I think I'm gonna probably have to do my brows at work, which I always find hilarious when I walk in with a full face of makeup and no eyebrows. So that'll be fun. Moving on to the lips. The lip color I'm gonna use today is from Maybelline. And it's one of the, ooh, just hit my computer desk thing. And it's from the Loaded Bolds collection, which comes in this beautiful blue packaging, totally appropriate for the 4th of July. And the color I'm using is called Sapphire Siren. Ha! And it's a blue lipstick. Yum. I'm just trying to make it really neat, which I'm having issues doing. You know, I might just wear my school hoodie, not even be cute today. Just have like cute makeup. Because my hoodie is red, white, blue. Y'all see it in the first video. Okay. 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 Yes, this color builds so well. It's so creamy. So opaque. So this is my second 4th of July look with red on the eyes and blue lips. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, I'm missing eyebrows, but I'm going to throw those on at work. And our white is kind of our highlight, you know, the white or the silver on the eyelids. So this is the MRT. Second 4th of July look. Let me know what you guys think. I actually really like this eye look. I might wear it like on another day because I think it looks cute. But let me know what you guys think. Again, this lipstick is from the Loaded Bolds collection from Maybelline. It's called Sapphire Siren, and it's a beautiful blue, perfect for 4th of July. Again, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate your support. I need to make this breakfast food, get dressed, maybe put on some eyebrows, and go to work. Have a safe holiday if you're celebrating 4th of July. Bye, YouTube.